So, hello again and welcome to the metro station of Kamppi in Helsinki, which also includes an underground local traffic terminal. Now, I will create some imaginary stations here because somehow the buses arrive underground, somehow they leave it, but um, something happens in between, and as the terminal is built in a certain way, it's pretty difficult to actually recreate the terminal. But I will do my best, and that is why I will start creating line 21 in this way. And that I hope I did not create another station, which exactly is what I did. So let's start again. Um, this is an underground local traffic bus terminal, and it functions in a way which is a bit difficult for the game, so I will just make it less difficult for the game by taking some shortcuts in here, like that. I mean, when I say this really functions in a different way, it does function in a different way, but that's not the point. The point is to create a terminal which works in this game. There seem to be several exits, there seem to be several entrances, but we will create this whole terminal with one exit and one entrance, and that's why we're again cutting corners and making things in a stupid way. There will be a lot of traffic jams in here, and most likely I will face issues later on, but let's just pretend that none of them will happen. Basically, there is a way outside in this strange loop of things uh, next to the tram track, but we are avoiding all of this, and that's why we're going to break ground in here. So now we're above the ground, and the route crosses the tram tracks in here. We will need to create some extra signals once again, but the issue with the signals is that when behind a point of control, there will have to be of the ground. So this is why the bus line, which runs directly through this mess of things north of where I am right now, we will just build a track which makes stupid turns, twists and turns to the north of it. And this is where it connects with the original track. Now, originally it would turn to the right from here, but this is the third time I started this video and I couldn't make it work. So now we are just going to deal with it in a way which I could make work. So this is basically just cutting corners to make this video more simple, more working, just, functioning in a proper way. Let's put it that way. But the metro line runs under there, and the tram line runs over the ground over there. And then we will need to find the location for the first stop, which is called a Lappbrinken or Lapinrinne in Finnish. And Lapinrinne is right over around here. And now again we're building this massively thick black asphalt road straight from the asphalt station, but because of the issues I mentioned earlier in the previous video, we will have to be content with it. And just to avoid confusion, I will create a crossing over there, which probably doesn't exist, but will be easier to control later. But the stop is definitely not called Västeräkki, it's called Lappbrinken. And the next stop. Let's see where it is. It is. Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. I mean, it's all the way at Länsiväylä. The main motorway connecting Helsinki to the southern parts of Finland, and I will move the stop a bit from its real location to better control future issues. I know this place by heart again, but that doesn't prevent issues like I said. I am completely fucking up this point of Helsinki, but I don't mind because this just is the easiest way to damage control in this save of the game. Now there's a crossing with the trams. That's not really a crossing because there is a bridge over there, but let's not go into details. I will just try to manage this operation. There we go. It's called Bat because of Lepakkoluola or Bat Cave, which used to exist in that point, but in reality we'll call it Västerleden, which is the real name of this stop. Now I hope I did manage to get over the worst part of this. And the next stop is over here. Oh no, it's not going to be that easy. It's over here. And once again, I've created a couple of stops and I've already paid for 700,000 euros for it. So really it's gonna be another expensive line. But there will be other buses using it, and so it's gonna be worth it in the end, obviously. Probably, hopefully. Well, let's just see about that. So, I'm going to regret this later, but we've reached the bridge. And at the end of the bridge is the stop called Lauttasaaren silta Drumsebro. It will be somewhere around here, and remember we are running parallel to the metro line, which runs underground, and I'm hopefully no longer running underground. Sorry about that. So there we go. We managed to create track underground, above the ground, and in a tunnel so far. Brilliant. Setting up the bus network really is not easy. Well, setting up no track is easy, but eventually, if I don't do this correctly, the issues will later on come to me. Okay. Well, we've reached the island. Now we have to tour it. And the next stop will be over. Okay, it's called Pajalahden ties Medieviksvägen, and it's gonna be in the corner of the bay, which is over here. This will definitely be the last video I'm recording today because I'm not fit to do it anymore, but like I said, I'm always drinking a bit of beer while doing these videos. It's sort of it's sort of a way to relax for me after a long week to just create videos, drink some beer, you know. Why not? Oops, it's my way of doing things. It just requires a lot of attention, and sometimes it requires a lot of time backing up. I will calculate the amount of stops remaining now because, well, I'm not that far actually. I only have 9 stops remaining. And that is Heikkiläntie Heikkasvägen comes after a large roundabout, which is over here. So I am on the right track. To be honest, I don't know what I'm doing right now. But I hope it doesn't matter because I'm creating the lines anyway. Or the lanes, it seems. As this thick black surprising thing still surprises me a bit. I mean, it looks like I'm using Photoshop in the wrong way, drawing black lines over a map, but in reality, well, let's see where this goes. That's the only thing I can answer now. Then we have Vattuniemen kuja, and what on earth is that in Swedish? Hallonisgränd. Okay, that's very cool. I will just try to place it on a map somehow. I think it's over here. I will also try to make 30-meter stops. Let's see how that goes. And for those wondering what all of this means in English, it's the Raspberry Cape Alley. Yeah, that's what it's called. Raspberry Cape Alley. And perhaps I'm creating these signals a bit too tightly now, but I will just keep on doing them. Once again, it's the most boring part of the game to create signals. I mean, it's boring, but I already realized that the traffic stopped once in in central Helsinki because I had created a signal too close to the previous one, and I will show you where it happened. Because it happened over here. I had a signal too close to this crossing over here, which meant that the crossing train and the train coming straight couldn't get past each other. Well, I moved it. Case closed. But nevertheless, it was an issue. Okay, then we have this is an interesting street name. It's Nahkahousuntie, Skinnbyxvägen in Swedish, which basically means leather trouser road. I do wonder why they have a road named after leather trousers, but that's not none of my problems. Right now I have bigger problems. I mean, it's a Friday evening and I am actually creating videos and drinking beer and posting them on YouTube, which is a far greater problem than the fact that there is a road called the Leather Trouser Road. We've actually advanced quite far on this route, which is nice. And the following stop is called Vattuniemi, which is no, Vattuniemi, which is Hallonnes in what's this? There is a stop in between, but it's only one way. Okay. Okay. It's called Melkonkuja Melkygränd, and it's over here. I will make the double stop just for the fun of it. But this stop in reality only applies to the bus going to the center. So that create it anyway. Because why not? Why not stop and collect passengers everywhere? I mean, this is my gaming world. I can do whatever I like. I will create these lines as accurately as I please, like I said in the description of the channel. And that's why I can take liberties like these. And it feels wonderful. I feel empowered. But we've reached the end of the Cape, or we've reached the place where the bus no further goes. And the next stop will be called Vattuniemi Hallonnes, and it's a funny thing. It's almost on the other side of the loop which the bus makes compared to the previous stop. So that's the loop the bus makes. After that loop, you're on your own. Okay, I think I got the hang of it. After that, the stop is probably called Vavulinintie or Vavulinsvägen, which is where the buses again turn left. And if you don't know Finnish, tie is called road, and vägen is also called road. So most of the stops in Helsinki are named after roads, not after places, they're named after roads. And they're not named after roads through which the line is going, they're named after the crossing roads or crossings. So, which kind of makes sense. And then we have another road name stop, Särkiniementie, Mörtnäsvägen, and särki is a sort of, it's a fish which is basically called a trash fish in Finnish because it's such a small fish it can't be used in dishes or things like that. It's a very small fish with lots of bones and not very edible in that sense. But it's very common in place names, in lake names, in cape names, in bay names. I mean, you name the natural positions where it's very common. I will also have to name the stop actually. Here we go. And this line has actually been pretty quick to make. I mean, I didn't spend too much time on it. We only have 3 stops before the end. And the next stop will be named Hevosenkenkäpuisto or Hästskuparken, which is the horseshoe park. There we go. Once again, I've spent 2 millions on building city roads, which is probably a good idea once you want to create bus traffic. But like I said, the previous time I created bus lines in Helsinki was when I used an invisible track. And that was pretty impossible in the end when I tried to figure out how the crossings turned out and where to build more track. So this is much better. Okay, then after Hevosenkäpuisto we have Gyldenintie, Gyldensvägen, which is right next to the exits of the metro station. So the metro station actually has several stops. It's just that only one of them is named after the metro station, and right at the moment I realized I once again miscreated the station. So I will just have to look it up on the map, and the stop is actually right above the track over here. I think. One more check. Yes, it is. It's this stop is correctly placed. And I don't think you mind me being drunk while creating these lines, because if I was sober, I would be far too serious. And that, I think, is a good indication that because I'm not deadly serious, this is just a hobby for me. Drinking beer one evening, creating a dozen lines and publishing them on a later date, one each day. And the final stop of the line is the Lauttasaari metro station, which is pretty close to the place where I actually created a station. It's over here. And this is not an independent station, it's just a part of the Lauttasaari metro station. While you might wonder why this line runs like this is actually pretty genius. Because if you are closer to the city center from the station, you take the bus to the Lauttasaari station and you take the metro to the city center. If you are further away from the station, you take the bus to the city center. So it's kind of a looping line serving all customers between Lauttasaari and the city center. So if you come from Heikkiläntie or Pajalahdentie, you will take the bus to the city center. If you come from Särkiniementie or Hevosenkäpuisto or Gyldenintie, you will take the bus to the station. And now we need to create a loop. And while there is an actual need to create a loop, I will just create the road like that because I already know what's coming. And what is coming is obviously a bus line which runs from the city center to Lauttasaari without this trip through the end of the cape. So there will be a bus running straight from Lauttasaaren silta to the Lauttasaari station. Or not just one bus, several buses, but that issue we will get to a bit later on. Because I think everything that needs to be created has been created now. I think so. Let's just see what the line looks like the other way around. Oh, it looks very good. So let's build it and then create a line. And what was the line again? 21. I was almost offering it at a discount, but no worries, I will not. So it will start from here, run through here, and here, and here, and south of the island. I've actually woken up a couple of times from there, but that's a long story and not fit for this channel. I wake up in wrong places all the time. That's it? Really? Okay, cool. Later on, when I create more bus lines, this line will become more valuable because there will be transfers. And so, completed. 14 kilometers open for passengers. And the final thing we need to check is how often does it run? And it runs every 10 minutes. It's a pretty intensive line. So let's just start buying trains to it. Or not trains, buses. Buses, of course. I said 10 minutes. We need around 4 or 5 more buses to run it. Two more, I think. Yes, one more. And there we go. This is what it's like to create buses in bus lines in Helsinki. And this is just the beginning. There will be dozens of them, if not more than 100 of them. But I've started and I will not finish it. In the following video, we will have another bus line, but until then, it's just bye.